Friday. You are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. Okay, it's Friday. It's fucked up Fridays, and to be honest with you, this could be your last Friday at work anyway. It could be your last day ever at work. The world might be changing, so make this weekend a big weekend. If it was me, if I wasn't already unemployed and not looking for work, I would put my money on coronavirus right now. I would be fucking leaving my job. This would be my last Friday, and I'd be hitting the road with no plan and no money. If you back the coronavirus and drop out, at least you can always go back to work and beg for your job back. Just go to your boss, I'm sorry, I thought the world was going to end. When I spat in your face and called you a dumb cunt, you got to understand, I thought I'd never see you again. It's nothing personal. But anyway, while you're still at work, we've got to do a fucked up Friday. And today's story is from a lovely lady named Katie. She is actually the sister of the dude from last week's fucked up Friday. She's like, you think my brother's a fucking idiot? Well, check out my husband and his two friends. So let's get into it. This is actually the best written story of all the stories I've received. The grammar's perfect, the spelling impeccable. Well done. Okay, here we go. Fucked up Friday. It was my then boyfriend, now husband's 21st birthday. Unfortunately, only two of his friends come to celebrate on a Tuesday night. It was late August, so most of his friends were already back at college. My husband is a big guy, like a football player's shoulders, and muscular. Alright, settle down. His two friends were the one and only Asian kid that went to his high school and a true hillbilly kid. I'll call them Asian and Hillbilly. That's some good fucking naming. I'm going to call them Asian and Hillbilly out of respect. But if it was me, I would have called them Coronavirus and Make America Great Again. His Asian friend was maybe 5'5" and pretty skinny. His other friend was just as tall as him but pretty skinny as well. I was only 19 at the time, so of course I was the designated driver. My husband had decided that he wanted to go to dinner, have some beers, and then go drinking at some bars. So we went to a restaurant called World of Beers, which sounds exciting, but in reality, the food alone would make you kind of nauseous. Anyways, they each had like 3 or 4 beers, and they were all feeling great. Asian had said he wasn't going to drink too much and probably drive home. Of course he did. Asian is probably one of those Asians that bloats. Turns pink and bloats up like a puffer fish, which, coincidentally, is an Asian delicacy. But I said it's fine, don't mind driving. Anyways, this restaurant was attached to a mall, and in the mall was a place called Dave & Buster's, which is an overpriced arcade with a full bar and restaurant. We go and they start off drinking with fucking Long Island iced teas. Asian hands me his keys and goes, yeah, you're driving. So after hours of Long Island iced teas and game playing, we decide to call it a night. I have to help Asian walk out and my husband helps Hillbilly. So I start driving and the two most drunk cunts are in the back, Asian and Hillbilly. There was no cunt in there, I just threw that in myself. I start getting a little bit angsty if I don't hear a cunt every 4 sentences. We're all talking, having a good time, then they get sleepy. My husband, who somehow is wide awake and taking his liquor like a champ, is just chatting with me. Hey, can you stop talking your husband up? He fucking sounds like Captain America at the moment, a muscular fucking footy guy who can hold his liquor and is a pleasant gentleman. But that's not going to fly on this podcast. We like degenerates here. All of a sudden I hear a leak, like when you turn a hose on and the water comes out real fast. I turn my head to look and I'm like, oh shit, Hillbilly is throwing up. The smell of his vomit was so bad I had to roll down the 2 front windows and I'm almost going to vomit myself. So finally, after hearing a small puddle of puke foaming in the back seat, I rolled down his window and I'm like, Hillbilly, puke out the window. Fucking hillbillies, they have no idea, do they? He was probably like, why is this house moving? We're like 10 minutes from home at this point and I hear him still throwing up. I look back because there are lights all over and I see Hillbilly sitting there soaked with his own puke all over him. All over his shirt and down the door panel and the floor. And Asian is so passed out in Hillbilly's lap that he is now also covered in puke. To make matters worse, the wind blew back so much puke with so much force since I was on the highway doing 75 miles an hour trying to make it home that the fucking inside of the back window was covered with puke. All over the headrest, even in the rim of his fucking prescription glasses. Fucking of course Asian had glasses. My jaw drops and I just face forward in disbelief. My husband goes, "How bad?" I respond, "I have never seen that much puke from one person in my life." Hillbilly's house is on the way home, Hillbilly's trailer is on the way home, so we drop him off and my husband gets him inside and we head to my husband's parents' house. Asian is still sleeping. Oh, I love saying Asian. Asian is still sleeping. Asian is still sleeping, now in a puke-soaked seat, but sleeping. As we're driving, I ask my husband, what do we do with him? Like it's a fucking dead body or something. Do we throw him in the pool? Wash him off with a hose outside? Somehow, our genius plan is to let him sleep in the front seat with a blanket we can throw out after, and we'll take the keys, but we'll crack the window so he can breathe. So we pull into his parents' driveway. My husband gets him out of the car. He's like, "What the fuck happened?" We're like, "Shut up, Asian." Is that what she wrote? No. "Why does it smell like baby shit?" We said, "Shut up." It was something like that. She wrote something like that. Poor kid has spiked his hair with some gel, and now he has chunks of puke dried and crusted to his hair. Asian throws up a little bit in the grass and we tell him to go to sleep in the car. For some reason, he just does it pretty willingly, and my husband tosses him the keys in the passenger seat. So I go to open the driver's seat door and the car alarm starts going off. It's like 2 a.m. in a quiet neighborhood and we're just fucking idiots. So now I have to stretch myself over him and not touch puke-covered body and grab the key fob to stop the alarm and take the key. Finally get it and my husband and I go to bed. The next morning we hear a knock on his bedroom window and it's Asian. Dun dun dun. Asking like what the fuck happened last night. Now, seeing the puke in the daylight, it's absolutely fucking everywhere. Asian still has puke in his spiked hair. His nunchucks are almost rusted out. His kimono was all stained. He decides he's going to go home, shower, and immediately go get this car detailed. I should mention that this isn't Asian's car. This is his sister's car. She's away at college and he decided to take it. Years pass and last year we met up with Asian. He told us he got the car detailed, but the smell and the puke never came out, so he had to sell it and buy his sister another car. And that is the end of that. Finish him. Alright, that's it. Thank you very much, Katie, for sending in the story. Everyone keep sending in your stories. Send them into my social media. I'm Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you're enjoying the podcast, rate, review, subscribe to it, tell your friends about it. That's Fucked Up Friday. It could be the last Fucked Up Friday ever. We could be dead next week. Anyway, I'll see you the fuck later.